So, let's just get through this. Oh my God, the rise of Endymion. This is going to be, I'm going to attempt to make this spoiler free, but there's going to be some mild spoilers for this book in this particular review, because there's some things that need to be addressed here, or at least I feel like I would like to address. I don't know. There's some things here that need to be discussed. I feel like I've complained a little bit here in some of these last videos, and I promise it's going to get better. I have a lot of stuff planned for 2022 and some very positive things. Some of my favorite books of all time I'm going to be tackling here, and I will be gushing about some stuff. Also, I'm reading a book right now that is, so far it's like a 10 out of 10 as far as I read. I'm very excited to review it, which is The Road. Also, it's the week of Christmas, and I'm like, just now picking up The Road, and it's probably not the best read for Christmas. And if you've read it, you know what you know what I'm talking about. But I can't wait to review it, because so far it's just blowing my mind. Anyway, but I've done the rest of Endymion, and we've made it this far, and I really want to finish the series. I forced myself to finish the book because it was hard to finish. I wanted to DNF it so bad, but I was so close to having all of the Hyperion cantos done that I literally had to force myself to finish it. And I've got all of the other reviews on the channel, so we're going to put this one on here too. And this is going to be the best one, because I get to complain, or I just get to rant for a minute about just how garbage this is. So, sorry for the negativity, but this book wasn't good. So, let's see. I've heard that this book was sci-fi but smart, or science fiction with brains, or however it was worded. It's not that. It was that back when this book was called The Fall of Hyperion. But now it's not The Fall of Hyperion. This is The Rise of Endymion, and I'm tired of hearing it. It is literally, we're repeating ourselves at this point, and not in a good way. Not like, adding nuance to something. No. I'm done. And to be fair, I praised The Fall of Hyperion for its brains and its world building, and it was so smart, and it was so this, and it was so that. This one isn't. We're done. I'm done. That's literally all this has to bring to the table. Literally. And it's been done before by Dan Simmons in another book. This isn't necessary. It's not. This was a very frustrating book to read. That's that. It's not. It's just. Anyway, moving on. Oh, now here's the other thing. I've heard it described as a love story. Okay. It's not that either. And if it is, I guess it is. If you want to call it that. It's just the worst one ever written. That's a little bit harsh. I'm sorry. But but at the very least, it's extremely creepy and cringy. And I wouldn't recommend reading it if you're in the mood for a love story. Now, we start with him still taking care of her, and she's 16, and she's still being pedantic or whatever, and he's still like, I should probably spank her. Okay, first off, it was weird that you wanted to spank her when she was 12. It's even worse that you want to spank her when she's 16. Like, super fucking weird. And then 2 weeks later, she's 20. Well, 2 weeks later in his world, like 5 years for her, but to him it's literally like 2 weeks later, and we're having sex. Okay, that's weird. There's no way around it. It's weird. You start out taking care of her when she's 12. Then you start out taking care of her when she's a child. And now that she's grown up an adult, you're fucking her. I don't like it. It was weird. It was awkward. And it was not handled delicately. It was just pretty much like, oh, here we go. Now we're, what? And at least for her, she had the luxury or the whatever of actually having gone through the 21 years of life and living her life. But literally to him, it's like, bye to the 16-year-old. Suddenly it's like, oh, hi, how you doing, 21? Let's bone. Also, on the subject of sex, Dan Simmons needs to stop writing sex scenes. They were awful in Hyperion. And don't get me wrong, I praised Hyperion. I love that book. Actually, that was an amazing book. This one wasn't, but Hyperion was. But even Hyperion, as good of a book as it was, had those sex scenes between Cassad and what was her name? Anyway, and even then, it was like, stop it. Just stop putting those in the book. They're really bad. He's not good at it. Every page is nothing but wall-to-wall cringe when Dan attempts to write a sex scene. Stop it. You're not good at it. And then we move on, and he just keeps putting them in these books, and I can't. It's no. Then we make it to this one. And now we're talking about the dude who was taking care of the kid, who was then taking care of the teenager, and now he's fucking the 20-year-old. And when the sex scenes were kind of okay, appropriate for the characters to be having sex, they were cringy. Now that it's just creepy and cringy, it's too much. It's just too much. Then we have this guy. I said in the last one, he's just like magically intelligent. Like literally he can remember things and he can do things at the blink of an eye. He will have done something once in his life, and then now in this dangerous situation, he can magically recall anything he needs to. His intelligence is on some magical level that no intelligence would ever be. But the second he has sex, he has the emotional intelligence of a 15-year-old. So this man who has magical recollection and magical knowledge and magical intelligence can handle sex with the emotional maturity of a 15-year-old. Really? Like, you go from him being too smart in this aspect to just emotionally inept in this point. Like, I just can't. He's in his damn 30s. I'm sorry. I'm in my 30s, and no. I'm just no. He's lived more than I ever could have, and I can tell you right now that you're more grown up and you're more mature. Who wrote? I don't know. It was so bad. I don't understand. But the writing wasn't good. It wasn't compelling. It was just bad. Everything about it was bad. The ideas were recycled. I don't even know. And I'm anyway, I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. Don't go read this book. I don't recommend it. I recommend Hyperion very much so. I recommend The Fall of Hyperion just for the ideas. If you're a masochist and you really want to torture yourself, then you can go on to the other books. But I don't recommend them at all. I'm going to rate this one a 4. And that's just because I'm being generous.